If only this was an isekai. This is Kadakawa. We could have it in isekai quartet. Could you imagine the gay lesbians in isekai quartet? Oh shit, that would be something. It do be an ugly pup though, I will say that. It reminds me of those dogs with the really long nose. Such weird looking creatures. Either this is like some hunger instincts or a trigger because you didn't want her hurt. She's like, I may be a murderer, but I'm an honest murderer. You're just a liar. She's like, are you my friend? I understand you completely. I love psychologically f***ing up the emotionally distraught teenagers. Even if we assume she was the Antichrist, like Miko is the Antichrist, she's tossing her around like, hey, this is now my pet, my object. Don't worry, it's mine now. Yo, f you. So essentially, I failed the wish to protect the family, so now I'm trying to make up for it by keeping the one that's still alive safe. Could you imagine, right? Like, you are just some, like, shrine spirit, right? Day in and day out, the family comes, and you're like, these bozos are always f***ing asking for help. The one day you don't bless them with a little ward, they die. I'd probably feel a little guilty, too. I gotta be real. Who am I to say the monster turned out to be good? Nope! End the episode. We are not in that Chris Hansen Diddy bullshit. Get Epstein out of here. I want to go back to the MILF design that you were trying to build into. Oh no. I've made some mistakes. I've done some things I shouldn't when making these YouTube videos before. Predictions, theories, and just comments. But you know, it was bad enough when I started realizing that I've been supporting the killer mermaid more than I should. You know, hey, what if she turns out she actually is, you know, wanting us to live a long, happy life? What if her, like, I'm gonna devour you, she's gonna keep extending it, which, hey, maybe could still happen, but at this point, it's pretty safe to say, this bitch looks at us as a meal. We're not even a person. The way she tries to pass us around like, hey, Miko, I'm taking care of her now, so you, skedaddle. She's passing us along at most like we're a pet. Like, new mama adopted her. And I'm gonna put some salt and pepper, maybe some garlic butter on her later. Like, I shouldn't have been supporting her as long as I have, I gotta be real. So I'm gonna be a lot harsher on the killer mermaid going forward, which sure will probably piss off some Shiori fangirls, but you know, it is what it is. But as a Miko fangirl, I still stand by my support that she's a good person. It's just, when I had the realization that by me shipping her with her, it's kind of like grooming. Because if you really think about it, this was a spirit who her family continuously... It's not like she met her either when she was like a toddler, which maybe we would have just had to deal with Diddy allegations. No, we got like straight up Epstein going on here. Like, we knew the baby photos. I can't with a good conscience ship them anymore. I mean, I'm sure they'll go the route like, hey, because like, you know, despite being 1,000 years old, she actually did grow up with her. Like, maybe we can find a way to justify it, but boy golly is my face red when I realized that I tried to give the benefit of the doubt to a psychotic, murderous mermaid. And then I transitioned into shipping into grooming allegations. That's an unfortunate turn of events, but still, I'm gonna stick with the wolf spirit, the fox spirit. This little yokai. So, actually better than I was expecting. I actually thought they were gonna like try to drop a bombshell. Like, now I'm fuzzy on the details, so I could be mistaken, but if my Spice and Wolf memories are right, Holo before present day Holo and Spice and Wolf was like a lot more evil and kind of like murderous-ish, and then she kind of calmed down in, you know, present day. I thought they were gonna do something like that. Like, back in the day, she was like killing villages, they were worshiping her, so like, you know, like all they really show is that like they captured her as a spirit like a Pokemon and forced her to do like prayer stuff. Like, yeah, maybe before that she was causing a ruckus, but like all this actual stuff they showed, pretty damn tame. And then eventually it got to the point where, like, you know, yeah, she really liked this family and she feels guilty, right? Like, that's the big thing, is there's guilt. And I was expecting, I think I said it last week, I either said it in both my Patreon video and this, or I said it in one or the other, was that I thought maybe they prayed before they left, and then ultimately, you know, wasn't saved. Turns out, like, yeah, like, they always are saying, hey, like, please look after us. And I thought, you know, maybe the reason why she wasn't with them during the accident is she only decided to protect her for one reason or another. No, it was just a case of didn't answer the prayer and felt guilty. And what I said last week was that it doesn't even matter if, like, it turned out she wanted to eat her too. How could the killer mermaid cast a stone when she already has her seasonings ready? You know what I mean? But given the fact that I just didn't feel like we were going that route, like, yeah, maybe, like, the hunger of maybe wanting to eat her, but actually not raising her for that purpose, I could see that, sure. And yeah, I mean, they already confirmed, like, it was the killer mermaid who literally said the reason she hadn't died all these years is because of her. Like, she's been protecting her, right? So it makes sense. And when you add in the extra details, like, hey, the reason she's always so sick is because she's always in this form. She's never eating. Like, she's literally restricting herself to make up for the fact that she didn't answer a prayer for a family she genuinely liked. Because if she would have, I bet they would have been alive still. And I think it's easy to say, I'm surprised it's not more dramatic. And maybe if our MC wasn't emotionally broken to the point that she's 1 or 2 steps away from suicide, maybe she'd have a different reaction, like, how dare you? And then she'd come around, well, you know, gods don't always answer prayers. But no, like, I like how they handle it. It's silly as hell, but when you're dealing with a mentally unstable MC, 2 monsters fighting over you is probably going to have you a little stunned. I'm going to be real. But yeah, it's hard to say what I was like, hey, lesbian monster mermaid. Maybe like she'll like continue to love us and she'll extend our deadline and then it'll be like a weird romance where in her deathbed she eats her. And then it became, wait, why am I being gaslit into protecting a mermaid, bro? And then it was like, oh god. The fox, the spirit, the yokai here. Miko's legitimately good. Yeah, she feels guilty about her parents, but man, it would be weird. Like, she was like, yeah, you got the weird age gap, but like, we can make that work, right? Like, we can make a 1,000-year-old spirit work. You know, she did I can't tell if I feel like this is grooming or not. The worst part, too, they almost had me back on Team Mermaid for a bit. So she transforms, she's like, maybe like older women, and then she transforms. I'm like, perhaps I judged you too quickly, and then she goes into Diddy. Or perhaps you like him. No, we don't. Shaka, boom, bitch. You know, it was a lot easier when I was covering Summer Hikaru Died, because at least with that show, I was always conflicted, like, man, is he becoming more human? Like, yes, he's a monster who wants to just devour this dude, but like, at the end of the day, you actually saw that this mermaid, though, boom! Love her. Like, I actually think she's a fantastic character. One of my favorite characters of this season, but, boom. That's how I feel about her. Anyway, this is a great episode. I might have fumbled hard because I went from shipping a murderous beast into supporting grooming. Not looking good for me, but we will be back for next week either way. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode. Bombshells upon bombshells. Thoughts, theories, if you got any, drop a like, share, support, subscribe. If you're new around here, Patreon is, of course, you can catch those full live reactions, all this and more. And hey, I also like to give video shoutouts to my Patreon. Alright, so today we got Pranay Sumshwar, Darian Smith, Rosru Mullins, Diedrich Savan, Davalent, Hikari Lounge, Fleshbringer, Sologiki, Subject 3, Sarnik, Vasuva Granada, Gabby G, and we also have Attack House. I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.